Same-sex couples hoping to get married staged an emotional sit-in today. Their protest ended in several arrests.
Same-sex marriage licenses were scheduled to be given out starting today after a judge declared Proposition 8 unconstitutional. But an appeal in the ruling has put that on hold for the time being.
Judge Vaughn Walker overturned Proposition 8, the state's voter-approved ban on gay marriage, earlier this month, and later issued a ruling that would have allowed gays and lesbians to tie the knot as early as Wednesday. Monday, a federal appeals court put that ruling on hold.
It's an extreme injustice.
But for Michael Anderson, who'd planned on marrying his partner of 9 years this week, the appeals court's decision is a call to action.
If federal appellate justices hadn't intervened on Monday, today would have marked the resumption of same-sex weddings in California, and supporters of that cause challenge county officials to issue licenses based on the trial court's overturning of Prop 8.
In front of lots of news photographers, Tyler and Tony Dillon Hyde joined a number of other same-sex couples who had made a Thursday appointment at the county clerk's office for a marriage license. The first-floor hallway of the county administration building was soon filled with perhaps as many as 100 family members and supporters.
We believe that the findings both of the court and of Governor Schwarzenegger and of Attorney General Brown compel the office to follow the Constitution.
Among them, Brian Baumgardner and Michael Anderson, a couple of 9 years.
We came here to get our marriage license, and we're not going to leave until we are issued a marriage license.
Caught in the middle, County Clerk David Butler.
David Butler, do the right thing. David Butler, do the right thing.
Protesters wanted County Clerk David Butler to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples, but he said a stay by the state appeals court prohibited him from doing so.
I think California officials can voluntarily and in accordance with their oath comply with the U.S. Constitution.
It's not the people who want to get married today that we're angry with. It is the people who have made a decision not to issue marriage licenses to everybody.
We're clearly on the right side here, and you could be on our side too. And you have the power, and you have the ability, and you could be in the history books. This is your choice.
Because I don't think that the county clerk's office has to not give out marriage licenses. I think they could obey the Constitution instead of the negligent court stay and actually grant marriage licenses, and I don't see why they're not doing it.
The county clerk is offering licenses only to heterosexual couples coming through the doors.
Again, separate is not equal, and there's no basis in the Constitution for treating people differently and treating people as second-class citizens.
After failing to get a meeting with the county council, many of the protesters left the building, but some 20 remained.
We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved like a tree. The sailing by the water. We shall not be moved.
I hereby declare this to be an unlawful assembly. All those assembled in the hallway, you are to disperse immediately.
You have to know this isn't a game. This isn't a joke. This is not a laughing matter. This is not something that we're just doing for fun.
If you had the right and the other side were trying to do this to you, you would be just as upset, and you would want me.
9 demonstrators who demanded the issuance of marriage licenses for gay couples were arrested after blocking access to the county clerk's office.
I think there are consequences to be arrested that I'd rather not suffer, but I think the fact that we have equal rights in this, an unequal system for LGBT people is worth the inconvenience that I may experience.
No arrest, peaceful protest. No arrest, peaceful protest.
The protesters wouldn't move. They said history has proven that civil disobedience is crucial in the fight for civil rights.
I'm a decent person. I'm a first-class citizen.
How are you feeling?
A little nervous, but it's worth it. We deserve equality.
I wasn't anticipating people to get arrested. These guys have batons and snipers and bullhorn. I guess they really want to make an example of those angry queers.
what people are asking for is equality. And I think it's repulsive that the city or the state would arrest anybody who's standing up for their rights.
Disgusting and a gross misuse of county funds to be spending probably somewhere upwards of $100,000 to arrest couples that really were scheduled to be married today and were just trying to get married and have their full civil equality realized.
The men were taken away to the Central Jail downtown, the women to Las Colinas Detention Center in Santee.
It was degrading, and it just felt like we were being treated like we're criminals when all we're doing is attempting to get married.
People are not being given their fundamental right to marry in California still, even though a federal judge said that they should be. The governor said we should be. The attorney general said we should be.
If it made a few people think about the issue some more, if it put some pressure on the people who have the power to reverse this, then it was definitely worth doing.
It doesn't end here, and for those who say that we should wait, Martin Luther King said wait means never, and I agree with it.
As long as we believe in what we're doing for, and we're going to fight with our friends, and we're going to keep moving forward, and as long as we're going to do something that will help move the issue forward, we'll be there for it.
Justice delayed is justice denied.
So what would you say to the 9th District Court Kentucky?
There are no grounds for appeal. The people appealing are not being in any way hurt by Judge Walker's decision, and they have no reason to appeal it, other than their own prejudice.
If the Ninth Circuit Court upholds the federal judge's decision, same-sex marriage opponents say they will take the case to the U.S. Supreme Court. Today's demonstration was organized by the San Diego Alliance for Marriage Equality.
What a waste of city funds at a time when the police department is asking the city to add a new tax because you can't afford enough officers. They send all these cops down here and riot here. This is ridiculous. This is an atrocity. This is an injustice to every taxpayer. This is not just a gay issue. This is an issue for all people. Being arrested right now. This is ridiculous. Shame on you. I'd like to remind you that police arrested women as they registered to vote. Police, the law is who enforce slavery. The law is who enforce segregation. Shame on you.
Those injustices that are codified into law need to be resisted, and the people need to get out there and do something about it.